So hey guys, I think today I'm gonna do another pretty chill kind of video. So one of the things that I've gotten back into here recently is therapy. And one of the things I've been having to kind of contend with recently is my inability to receive very well. There's a whole thing of as everyone has with receiving, but it's really come up for me a lot the last couple of months. And one of the things that she really brought up is I guess of course what you look for you'll find. And so I've been doing a lot of soul searching on that kind of part and how I'm looking at viewing receiving from other people, but I'm also looking a lot at how I give back to myself. And I know we're getting at the end of the year, and we're going to start seeing the nine whatever it is on Instagram where it's the artists post their 9 pieces that they did this year. And I always feel such a twinge when I don't do that. And so just really feeling like I haven't done a lot. But it's really interesting. I started just looking at the things I've done. I'm gonna say since summer of last year to now. There was some stuff that I've done where I'm like, I thought I had done this 2 or 3 years ago because I swear to God, this last year or so it has felt like the longest in my life and has felt like 5 years in one. So yeah, I was kind of looking at all the stuff that I've made and I just realized that I haven't posted most of it. And a lot of it is a lot of writing, and a lot of other hobbies that aren't something I can put on Instagram or YouTube. And it was like, wow, that's kind of the kicker, ain't it though? So yeah, I think I'm gonna show you guys some of the stuff that I've worked on that I haven't posted. Just to kind of hallmark this situation for myself and give you guys some motivation to look back at what you've done this year that may not necessarily fit your criteria of making something, if it's a piece of drawing because you're an illustrator. It could be so many other things. It could be writing, it could be jewelry making, it could be just, I don't know, making shit because it's fun, baking, cooking, all that. So yeah, I think I want to talk a little bit today about kind of the art of showing up for yourself, giving to yourself, and sometimes how imperfect that looks. So let's get into it. So, yeah, I think a really good place to start with all this is talking about this Halcyon EXE piece. So, this is kind of a redraw of something I did as a teenager. I have all the video, I haven't started the script for it, but I don't know. She deserves her time in the sun, but I was working on this back in September when I was just having really big, bad, dark feelies. I know that wasn't exclusive to me. I also just had a double dose for various other reasons, and so I have just felt really blocked on actually posting this one. I think I just need a little extra time to process and actually post her when I get there. But for right now, you guys can still actually see her. My first time using a dip pen. It was really cool, really fun process. So yeah, maybe I'll talk about that again at some point when I feel like I can handle it a little better. So I guess let me start a little bit too, kind of back with this notebook. I've never been a person to very consistently keep a sketching practice or a sketching sketchbook. I'm someone who moves between four because I get bored or I want to do something different. I think that's just, I'm gonna have to start embracing that as me as a person. So yeah, this one I started in July of last year. So I was doing some fun, let's show you. So here's a about page thing. Yeah, so this is me trying to be more like the actual reality where I'm just this all the time. Ya girl's in her big shirt era. That's just, we're embracing the big shirts now. Did one for like, what's in my bag? I thought that was really fun. Little fun one. And then some of these, I'm just like, yeah, I wrote down things to do, never did them. I did this one, I found some really fun photo references on Pinterest, I believe, and did these. I've actually done a little bit of collaging this year. I think if anybody asked me, like, what is the inside of my brain like, and this is probably the best explanation of this. I'm very much living in my girlhood as a spectrum, a disgusting bug, or an unknowable destructive force in this world. Some more stuff. Oh, these were, I took some reference pictures of a museum exhibit I went and saw. I don't even remember where it was. Yeah, so I accidentally did this spread like this, and I was like, she needs to be like, reach for the sky. And the guy's like, shit. Found this other really cool reference pose. I also bought a bunch of stickers this year, so going back to my like Lisa Frank era a little bit, I didn't like them as a kid, and I was stupid. I was stupid for that. I did this cute little like Rolakama. There was like a mobile game or something that this was like a character design. I was gonna do a whole spread which had like cute face, and I have like a bunch of Rolakama stickers, but that didn't happen, and that's okay. Yeah, I did do the Artist Way last year. I didn't do super great on keeping artist dates, but I did do this one. I am garbage at drawing food, and that's okay. Yeah, some more collaging. Took a like little vacation. Some of my vacations, I did some of my like artist walk, artist date stuff. Done some more collaging this year. So that is currently the end of that one. I also started a little bit in this watercolor journal of last year. I'm actually not a super big fan of this because the paper's kind of crap, but it is like an El Cheapo watercolor brand. So I guess so yeah, some of them were kind of based on another trip I took where I did some like spreads while I was working through like the Artist Way. Actually really like how this one turned out. This one was garbage, but you can't bat 1,000, guys. You can't bat 1,000. And then I did this one. Oh god, based on this. Oh, what was the name of that? You know, I can go grab it and show it to you real quick. Glass Wings. Oh my god, guys. Absolute garbage fire. However, the art's great. Anyway. So I happened to find that doing some cleaning, and I was like, ooh, I'm gonna do like a Fae guy. There's another artist I was following who had like a color palette really similar to this, and I was like, yes, let me try it out. So I did. Really liked how this piece turned out. I did this one as well. Did a whole Substack article about it. Oh, look at me being a writer. This was like going to be some like tarot card ideas. I don't know. I'll maybe come back to this eventually, but at the time, it kind of fizzled out, my interest in it. And then of course, you guys probably remember this. This is one of my first things that I did for the YouTube channel. And here's the like sketches. And here's the other one. And here is, oh, I bought some dip pen things. So here's me trying out different types of ink and the nibs. I actually did just kind of like a sketch of a picture that I took on a trip. And so I did that. Of course, here's my Kirby Leekachan piece that I did. I think that's the last I've worked in this notebook so far. Some of the other stuff that I did this year was doing these Prismacolor and ink of the 4 MCs of Dan to Dan. And I bought a new printer, so I've been testing out doing some like prints to sell of these. But yeah, these are like, now seeing them, I'm like, I should have really done them closer time. I did this one in like March, and this one was in like September, right? So yeah, I feel like the vibes got real different, but they're close enough, you know? I really like how dynamic this one felt, and wish I had pushed that a little bit more in this. And then some of the other stuff that I've done. I did some of these like Y2K. It's gonna be kind of hard to see. Maybe I can find the print that I did of that. Yeah, just doing some test prints of some of these like Y2K CD girls, and I got these 2 were my favorite, so I got the stickers made. It's really hard to see, but they're really cool. It's fun to just get your art made of stuff sometimes. And then, gosh, I think one of the biggest things that I've continued to do is just writing. You can see I'm not one of those journaling I'm a journaling girly, I guess, but not like the ones that have the like immaculate, beautiful spreads. It's literally just me spewing whatever thought hits the page. And I really, most days, do like 1 to 2 pages of these. And so even this one I did do an actual little sketch. I was visiting somewhere and it was really pretty, so I did a sketch kind of reflecting on that day. And so yeah, that's like one of the big things that I've done that's not been super I guess postable, is the amount of writing that I've done. So all the journaling I did post Substack articles last year. I did like a series of 12 kind of like as a challenge to myself. And then, yeah, one of the big things that I do has kind of been a habit of mine since like high school is just like writing fanfic that I never post. I just kind of get an idea, write until I've kind of like done scratching the itch. So God, I have so many like abandoned stories over the years. But yeah, I've kind of been like back in that mode here recently, and just, yeah, that's something I do for fun that never sees the light of day, and that's perfectly okay with me. And then I guess the final thing that I really want to share with you guys is this like little mini sketchbook. So like telling you about showing up for myself, and like right now showing up shitty for myself, you know, like I bothered to show up and that's the point. So yeah, here's like all these stickers that I like decorated this little guy with. Honestly, Virgil's big mood. So I started a sketching thing back in like June. I feel like a Dorkastock had a challenge and I was like, yeah, I'm totally gonna do that. Got a weekend, less than a weekend actually, crashed and burned so hard. And then this kind of go around, I'm like, I need to like make it super easy for myself to accomplish. So I do it before I start journaling. And I've done that most mornings here for the last like week or 2. So you can see various qualities of just figure sketches. I've tested out doing stuff in like a minute, doing stuff in like 5 minutes. You know, they're not great. They're not terrible. They're not great. I mean, they're figure sketches. They're gesture drawings. They're not supposed to be. So yeah, you can see I'm also doing them in a pen, so it's permanent and I can't change things about it. Just trying to like embrace imperfection and mistakes. So like I actually do think that one turned out pretty okay. And yeah, some of these, like I've started doing like a little bit of like this one, like kind of started doing like a little bit of shading on these just so they feel a little bit more finished. And I think that helps a little bit. I actually really like how that one turned out. So yeah, this is just like me trying to keep a more consistent sketchbook and me going, I know myself, and that means being really small and devoting almost no time to it. And giving myself that permission has actually been super nice. And so I would really encourage, if you guys are struggling with that right now, like try something like this. Like, and put it with a habit that you're already doing. So if like you're getting up and making a cup of coffee in the morning or a hot tea, do a sketch while you're waiting instead of like looking at your phone. And I've been doing this instead of like watching a lot of YouTube and stuff, and it's been really helpful. So yeah, those are the ways I have been showing up for myself that I didn't even realize I was showing up. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. You know, be super vulnerable with you, a complete stranger. And you know, give you guys some ideas or some encouragement if you too are struggling with some of these things. So I will see you guys again soon. If you really like this video, please like or subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the flip side.